One thing I did want to mention about the Diddy case is that more victims that come out, we're learning that Christina Coram, who was Diddy's right hand, as he called her, is also being listed as a defendant in these cases because she was his gatekeeper and procured a lot of the victims. Very much like a Ghislaine Maxwell situation.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, very similar situation. And I think this kind of underscores too how a lot of abusers work. You're going to have, obviously not all abusers are as horrifyingly powerful and evil and successful as Diddy or Epstein. Part of that's just a matter of opportunity. Part of it is that, they're, for whatever reason, they're limited in how much evil they want to commit. Regardless, I think a lot of abusers, and this comes down to even like domestic violence, abuse in churches, and that sort of thing. A lot of these guys, they have women who support them. They have women who cover stuff up, who help them procure victims, who help them manipulate and brainwash victims. And, it's a really disturbing chemistry that we see playing out a lot on a lot of smaller levels.
There's another Combs associate, Tamiko Thomas, who is listed as a defendant in a new lawsuit that was just filed, saying that she also helped to procure victims of Sean Combs and help protect Sean Combs, as well as his right-hand girl, Christina Coram. So it's just another example of women being used to gain the trust of young people so that way they can be victimized and exploited.
Yes.
And it's sad. So be careful, everybody. Just be less likely to trust and make people actually earn your trust. Don't just give it away freely. Don't put yourself into precarious situations. I know that when I was a teenager starting off in modeling, I definitely would have loved at that time to go to a Diddy party. I'm thankful I never went. I'm thankful God kept me from that.
Well, can you imagine, some famous person like Leonardo DiCaprio invites you to a party? I mean, what teenage girl would say no?
None. Maybe today, because a lot of them probably don't even know who Leo is.
Right. But in our generation, my gosh, if he invited you to a party,
you're going.
And I didn't even like him.
Yeah.
I did not. And you know why I didn't was because he was all my friends were smitten with him, and I thought it would be cool to be different. So I was like, ew, Leonardo, it can't be. He's weird looking, and that was me. That was me in high school. Or not high school, but middle school.
Yeah. We're about the same age, I think.
Yeah. Right? I think you're maybe a year younger than me. Something like that.
I'm 38. Just turned 38.
I'm 39.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So, and like Devin Sawa, I don't know if you remember who that was.
I don't.
He was Casper, the human form of Casper in the movie Casper. Yes. He was in so many things. He reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio, and he he was the main character in the not the Saw movies, in Final Destination.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Come on.
I grew up in a cave, okay? I was homeschooled.
Anyway, he was one of my favorites too.
Oh, man. I think lawsuits though, they're just dropping
piling up. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
think about
it. This guy's never gonna get out of court.
The oldest lawsuit so far is from 1992.
Wow.
Yeah, so that you're talking about 10, 20, 30 years of sexually abusing people. Obviously not just women. Men were very much involved.
Yeah, a lot of these are guys, the ones I'm looking at now.
Diddy did not discriminate, apparently.
Well,
and so just let's talk for a minute about power predators, because that's what he is.
Yeah.
He's a combination of both the persuasion predator and the power predator, where the persuasion look buttoned up, they have a great job, they have influence, they're a sweet talker. He did that to gain trust of people, but then when he got them in a vulnerable position, his power, his strength, whatever, his influence took over, and it was all about power. It was all about exerting power on other people, and then he had all these videos, these freak off videos. So if at any time somebody wanted to cross him, he could just be like, hey, look, I got this video. You could do what you want, but I would advise you not to.
Yeah.
What is alarming to me, I think, is all of the allegations or rumors of celebrities' spouses filing for divorce. Have you seen that?
Like right now?
Yeah.
No, I haven't been keeping close tabs on it now.
I've just seen a lot of articles about it, and it makes me wonder if they're true. Like we were just talking about, sometimes I just don't know.
Yeah, Kanye's wife, supposedly they were breaking up and now they're not, or something like that.
So it was also like Steve Harvey's wife filed for a divorce. I'm trying to think of who else. Ashton Kutcher's wife, Mia Kunis, filed for a divorce. That's allegedly, those are the rumors that are happening, and they're all off the cuff of these freak off videos being turned into attorneys and turned into the authorities.
Yeah.
I don't know how some of it I think could be clickbait, and then others
and some of it could be coincidence too, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, we saw a similar phenomenon happen with which was Ashley Madison. There was that big breach of their security, and all the names and emails of all their subscribers came out, and there were pastors' names and emails associated with that site, and of course that resulted in
July 2015.
Harry Styles and Taylor Russell are getting divorced. Wait, what am I looking at? Sacha Baron Cohen guy and Isla Fisher are apparently breaking up. Chance the Rapper and Kirsten Corley are breaking up. Goodness, there's a lot of them.
I'm telling you, yeah, there's a lot.
I can't, I vaguely recognize their faces, but I don't actually know their names. I have no idea who those people are.
2024.
Some of these are like
Cardi B and Offset, Billy Ray Cyrus, and Fire Rose. Why would you name yourself Fire Rose?
Mariah Carey and Brian Tanaka are getting they're breaking up.
Joe Jonas and Stormy Bree.
Cardi B and Offset.
Oh, one of the biggest names and one of the most questionable is Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Jennifer Lopez was with Diddy for a long time. He has publicly come out and said on numerous occasions that she was the best girlfriend. Allegedly.
I mean,
there's a video.
Know. Like, as public as these parties seem to have been, I don't know how anybody attending them could not know, at the very least, that some extremely immoral, if not illegal, things were going on. Like, they sound pretty insane.
Ryan Seacrest and Aubrey Page. You know Ryan Seacrest went to some Diddy parties for sure. He was the host of American Idol. He did hosting for MTV for a while. So if I was a betting woman, I would say that he probably went to a few Diddy parties, but Jennifer Lopez went to a lot of Diddy parties. And one of the rumors, which I'm going to say is a rumor until actual evidence or something solid comes out, was that Ben Affleck supposedly, and I asked my husband, I was like, why would the authorities show Ben Affleck a freak off video? Is there a reason in your mind that if she was, which I would assume she's probably on some freak off videos, being that they were together for so long, and he said she was the perfect girlfriend, why would the authorities show her spouse these videos?
I assume that they're questioning him.
Oh,
they're probably... Yeah, I don't know.
I guess that would make sense if the authorities were questioning him as a probe to the RICO charges against Diddy, but he's filing for divorce against her. And allegedly, there's a freak-off video of her and Justin Bieber when he was a teenage boy. Now, we know something happened to Bieber, and it makes me really sad. Like, his parents signed custody over to Usher when he was a teenager. Usher gave Diddy 48 hours with Bieber alone. There's videos of that, of them talking about it. And then you see Justin and Diddy in a video after, and Justin's like, yeah, I know you've been trying to reach out to me, but like, sorry, not sorry. It's evident that he was harmed or exposed to something that harmed him mentally.
Yeah.
You know?
Hard to say.
It's hard to say. We don't have evidence, but Justin knows. And I hope that he gets healing in Christ. I know that he talks openly about his faith in Jesus now. And I pray that that is a place of restoration and healing for him.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think that this is such a huge mess, and I mean, there's got to be a lot of celebrities and high profile people wrapped up in this. I mean, these parties were incredibly large and
I mean,
so
it would
bizarre.
make sense. You know, the timing of all these divorces, Leah Remini and Angelo Pagan. You remember Leah Remini was in the Scientology circles for a while, and then she came out and spoke against Scientology.
Yeah.
A lot of these divorces were filed after the Diddy scandal broke.
So page 6 is saying there are photos resurfacing of Diddy Combs' wild parties, and the photos do include Leonardo DiCaprio, Sarah Jessica Parker, J-Lo, and more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, keep in mind, all of these, depending on what was going on at the party and what part of the party you were in and what time you were at the party, you may or may not have seen varying degrees of evil. You know, these were obviously really bad parties, but I don't know that it's hard to say that crimes were happening throughout the entire evening everywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not illegal, for example, to have strippers.
Yeah.
It's
depending
like,
on part of the country you're in, I guess.
Yeah. Well, LA, I mean, this is California. So, you know, I don't want to just like say these people are guilty by association. You know, we can't say that. It's like just because, I mean, they do this with politicians a lot too. It's like, oh, we've got a picture of, you know, so-and-so next to Epstein, or, you know, so-and-so next to Diddy. And it's like, well, yeah, they were at a DNC convention or an RNC convention or the Grammys or, you know, whatever. It's like, this doesn't mean that they're both criminals. It means they saw each other, they recognize each other, and somebody took a photo.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't implicate, you can't do the whole guilt by association thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're going, once this investigation is finalized, I think we're going to see a lot of very famous people in a lot of trouble.
I think they just, at this point, need to just dismantle Hollywood and rebuild it. I mean, I
they could just
understand.
not rebuild it. We could kind of do without. I mean, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people know this, but even the US government has a budget line for Hollywood productions. It reminds me, when I found this out, it reminded me of Nazi Germany, where they were producing films and propaganda by what we would consider today the elite people of their country, the Hollywood figures of their country, to push the Nazi agenda. And I'm not comparing America to Nazi Germany, but the propaganda side of things, it does appear that way in my eyes.
Yeah, like, see, here's a picture of, again, on page 6, Regis Philbin and Vera Wang at a party. So Combs and Ashton Kutcher, and it looks like Russell Brand, back in 9, hosted a big party, and they were raising awareness for malaria, you know, and to raise money for a cure. So I think that there's probably, I think that abusers do this on purpose to kind of camouflage themselves.
Yeah.
They will, they'll mingle with good people. They'll mingle with philanthropists, people who, you know, are, you know, they'll associate with some sort of philanthropic cause, or moral cause or political cause that's popular, and they'll sort of like blend in that way. So I'd be really careful. Oh, there's Howard Stern. I don't like him.
Ugh, me neither. My dad used to watch the Howard Stern show in the living room.
Oh, geez.
Like, I learned way too much about sex by watching Howard Stern in the living room when I was a teenager.
He's he's like the human embodiment of a virus. Anyway, but all that to say, I think that, you know, genuinely normal, decent, non-criminal people could attend some of these parties thinking, oh, we're raising awareness, we're raising funds to prevent malaria, you know, and we're all going to wear white and it'll be cool. We'll have some champagne. We'll mingle with other celebrities. We'll make business connections, you know, and then they left, and then the party got worse and worse and worse as the night went on and the drugs kicked in and all that sort of thing.
Well, yes. So that's that whistleblower I told you about.
Yeah.
She did say that she didn't get to the party until it was like 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, Lordy. Why would you even go? Never mind.
That's just the life of some of these people.
Yeah.
Their day life is at nighttime.
Yeah, they're nocturnal. Yeah.
Yeah. So she said that it progressively got worse. And the Diddy parties went on for days.
Yeah,
I
see, they
can
have to be
barely
like high out of their minds.
Yeah, I can barely like go to a normal party and last for a couple hours. I'm such an
No.
introvert that
Yeah.
I need to go home at that point. I'm just like socially exhausted,
Yeah.
let alone a couple days.
I know. Yeah, there's no way. But
Yeah.
and this just goes back to the thing that I wonder about is you've got what's his name, the comedian we talked about earlier, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais joking publicly about this, so everybody knows. Why did it take so long for law enforcement to investigate this?
So the reason I think is because when you're talking about a RICO charge, it takes years to build that case.
Yeah. But I mean, we're talking like
30 years? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is a long time.
So some of the allegations also say that Diddy was working with law enforcement in the cities that he had houses.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, these date back to the 90s. So, granted, they might not have started that horrible. They might have started just as legit parties.
The girl from the 1992 lawsuit.
Oh, okay. So they do, the lawsuits date back to then too.
Diddy.
Never mind.
Yeah, there's a accused of 1991 sexual assault. Her name's Joy Dickerson Neal. She said she was drugged and sexually assaulted when she was a Syracuse University student visiting New York City. And Holmes is accused of videotaping the alleged crime and distributing the tape to others in the music industry.
Yeah, here's Mariah Carey, Paris Hilton.
And here's the thing.
I think
so
that's
you get
Kardashian.
You get invited to a Diddy party. You go. You get invited inside. You see what's going on. If you are a morally standing individual, you would leave, right? You would leave, and the next time you get invited to a Diddy party, you wouldn't go back.
No,
They
get
think
this.
that
Get this.
Yeah.
This guy is a cocaine dealer. He was apparently allegedly hired to supply cocaine at the party. And apparently he decided to leave because he said weird crap was starting to happen.
Yeah.
When the cocaine dealer thinks this is getting weird.
This is what it reminds me of. Think about parties in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, that's what this is. Yeah, there's Ashton Kutcher again. But that's again, it's apparently from that same Malaria No More.
They really
Ashton
Kutcher.
Given the theme of the party, they really should have been raising awareness for STDs.
Yes.
I mean,
the thing with Ashton Kutcher, though, is he's on video saying that he's been to numerous Diddy parties and he can't talk about them.
Yeah, see, and then that makes me wonder. It's like, why didn't you report something? Or did you? Maybe he did. You know, if he can't talk, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's involved in the investigation. I hope that's the case.
But then if Mia Kunis did file for a divorce and he can't talk about the Diddy parties, it does really raise some red flags.
Well, anybody who associates with him, I would say that raises red flags. I mean, at best, it's like they have zero discernment.
There was a commercial that Ashton Kutcher did, actually a series of commercials that he did.
Wow.
He bites into the dog.
Remember, Dr. Lee's pet engine cookie bags are not meant for babies, but they can be used for babies.
I don't know. Like I said, best case scenario, total lack of discernment.
It just makes me, it raises eyebrows and red flags.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's utterly disgusting and weird.
Yeah.
The level of the number of people involved in this for nobody to report any of it. I mean, it's just sad. Well,
it reminds me of the phrase that I keep hearing, that they're all in a big club and we're not in it.
Thank God.
Yeah, I would run for the hills to get out of that club.
My gosh.
But the thing is that I wanted to be a part of the club when I was younger, like as a teenager, growing up in the 90s.
Yeah,
like,
you want to be one of the cool kids. But the thing is, like, it seems like I'm sure that there are a lot of celebrities in Hollywood. Well, I know that there are a lot of celebrities in Hollywood who, you know, they'll have nice parties and they've got gorgeous houses and 12, you know, cars, and they're rich out of their minds. But they're nice people, you know.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
You know, and you can be part of the cool kids club with those people and not get sexually assaulted. And again, it goes back to this kind of like what I was saying with the Abercrombie and Fitch guy. There's this kind of a cult-like element to it where it's like, it's not necessarily religious, but these people are like satellites. They orbit around this extremely dangerous and dysfunctional and perverse individual who is able to manipulate them and blackmail them and drug them, and they participate in this and they enable it. And I'm not talking about the abuse victims, but you know, people who they buy into this. They literally sell their souls for this lifestyle, and it's like a cult. And I really think that we're probably going to start seeing some allegations of like blackmail like we did in the Epstein case, because this really sounds eerily similar to that.
Why
in
else
fact,
record?
Ooh, here's a conspiracy theory for you. Maybe the reason that Epstein's list hasn't been released yet is because the FBI and law enforcement know that it's the same list that is attending Diddy's parties, and they were still in the process of investigating all of that.
That could, I mean, it doesn't sound conspiratorial to me.
It actually kind of makes sense.
It does
but again,
make sense.
Would they please hurry up? Please, just, you know.
Yeah, like these people are free. They're roaming the earth freely.
Yeah.
I mean, to our knowledge.
Yeah.
And they obviously have resources to do this all over again.
Yeah,
like,
and they are.
Who's the next Diddy? That's my question. Like, there's a lot. I've watched way too many videos.
Scares me is there's probably, you know, dozens more like him in Hollywood. Just in Hollywood. Dozens.
Yeah. And I think politicians are involved too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how he can go 30-something years doing this unless the authorities and politicians were involved.
No, I
mean,
agree.
if
agree.
you or I were to even cheat on our taxes, something would happen. And that is not even harming another human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you have people that have harmed hundreds, if not thousands of humans, and they're still like chilling.
Yeah. It's bizarre.